Might there be light at the end of the tunnel for Julian Assange, the founder of WikiLeaks, who, following its publication of a huge trove of US military files in 2010 and 2011, is being pursued by the United States authorities for espionage? Today marks the 5th anniversary of Mr. Assange's imprisonment in Britain. The US is trying to extradite him, but Joe Biden yesterday suggested that America's long pursuit of Mr. Assange may be called off. Stella Assange is Julian Assange's wife. Good morning.
Good morning, Johnny.
Do you take heart from President Biden's comment?
Well, I think it's a good sign. The Prime Minister of Australia overnight said that he is optimistic. So it looks like things could be moving in the right direction. And obviously after not just 5 years in Belmarsh High Security Prison, but 14 years since he effectively lost his freedom right after publishing this trove, then lots of people around the world, the Pope, press freedom groups have been saying for years that this case should be dropped, that it is a danger to press freedom.
The comment and the suggestion that the hunt for your husband may be called off comes at an interesting time, doesn't it? Because the UK courts, who are pondering the extradition request, are waiting for an assurance from the US authorities that the death penalty wouldn't be used before they rule on the extradition request itself.
Yes, that's right. The High Court gave Julian a kind of conditional leave to appeal and asked the U.S. for so-called assurances in relation to the death penalty and also in relation to the First Amendment protections, because they identified that he is being charged for publishing these documents which evidenced war crimes, and that the United States itself in its arguments has said that he may not be able to use the constitutional protections on press freedom because he's an Australian citizen and not an American. So this is two issues that the court has identified as obstacles to his extradition, but it doesn't take away the fact that he is being charged for publishing truthful information that revealed state criminality.
I mean, the critics of your husband attack the way that he published the material. They say it jeopardized lives, and that negates his claim to be a journalist and therefore to have free speech protections. I mean, his supporters, of course, say this is about, as you do, about revealing wrongs.
Yeah, and we categorically deny any claim that he did not publish responsibly. He published and took every measure of care. There has been a lot of talking points from the Pentagon claiming otherwise, but under oath, the United States has had to admit that they have seen no evidence of any person coming to physical harm as a result of these publications. What we do know is that these publications revealed this physical destruction and death of tens of thousands of innocent people, and that is really what's at the basis of this. It was embarrassing, and it gave evidence of state cover-ups, of death squads, of torture. And Julian embarrassed the United States. The United States wants to extradite him and has kept him in prison because of it. But I must say, this is a prosecution that is from the Trump era. It's a Trump legacy, and really Joe Biden should have dropped it from day one. His predecessor, Obama, which Biden was part of that Obama administration, decided not to pursue this prosecution. They said there was a New York Times problem, as they called it, that it would set a precedent that could be used against the rest of the press because it criminalizes journalistic activity, news gathering. And that's why Obama didn't pursue it and commuted Chelsea Manning's sentence. Chelsea Manning was the source, the leaker, and Julian is the publisher.
May I ask how Julian is?
Well, he's extremely unwell. He's stressed, obviously, because he could be extradited to the United States to face 175 years in prison. This is also the country, which under the Trump administration, there are very credible reports that he was this victim of a murder plot that the CIA was hatching. So the country that has plotted to assassinate him is still able to extradite him, and I hope Joe Biden really just drops this case now, as the entire human rights community and press freedom community is asking him to do.
We'll leave it there. Stella Assange, thanks very much.